Have you had a chance to speak to or meet any of the children who have received the shoe that grows?
Yeah, my wife and I got to go back to Kenya in I think it was the summer of 2012, and we took 100 pairs of our prototype with us and put it in 4 different schools and had the kids test them out for about a year. So that was an incredible experience because that was really the very, very first time that our shoes were ever ready for kids to actually wear. And so that was a wonderful personal experience for me and my wife as we got to see this, what was always a crazy idea, actually become a reality and have kids start to wear them. And now with this current batch of 3,000 pairs, one great thing that we do is, it doesn't really rely on me. I don't have to personally take all these shoes out to kids, but we love just being a resource for people who are already out in the world working with kids. So in many ways, I might not hand out a lot of shoes myself. I hope I can. I hope I can take a few trips this next year. But I love putting these shoes into the hands of other people and then just being a resource for them and hopefully being a great resource for the kids that they work with.
Tell me about what it felt like to get those prototypes onto the feet of those children in Kenya.
Yeah, it was a surreal trip for us. It was the first time my wife got to be in Kenya and kind of see all the places that I had been telling her about for a few years, and then it was also, honestly, it was kind of a nervous trip because we didn't know if it was going to work. We had this idea. We really thought it was a good idea. We talked to some people about it, but in many ways, we'd never put our shoes on kids' feet. This was kind of our first big test of our prototype. So I was really nervous that it wasn't going to work, that the kids weren't going to like it, and just it was going to be a gigantic failure. But we got there, and that very first school, the first 25 kids, they just loved it, and it was just again kind of a surreal experience, something that for so long was just a crazy idea in my head, and then this strange journey that we were able to be on to help make the shoe possible, and then to have that moment where I got to see that first school, those first 25 kids wear the shoes. It was just a surreal experience, something I'll never forget, and I'm really glad that it went well, because it definitely could have failed right there, and then we would have been back to square one. But the kids loved it, the parents, the teachers, they loved it, and then we've been, going strong ever since.
Now tell me about the material used to make the shoe and the design. I mean, you said it lasts for 5 years. What kind of materials are you using? Because 5 years sounds like quite a long time.
Yeah, and so one really cool thing about our shoes was kind of just the whole mission for why we created them. So I would venture to say most shoes are made with fashion in mind. A lot of shoes are purely fashionable. They want to look cool, they want to look good, and that totally makes sense. But our shoes, we did not think about fashion at all. We just thought about function. We just wanted an extremely functional shoe that would try to best protect the foot of these kids. So with that in mind, we were able to use some really high quality materials and then just a really simple design. The bottom of the shoe is a compressed rubber, very, very similar to a tire rubber. The rest of the shoe is a high quality leather. And with both of these materials, I'm really excited to say that we did not cut any corners. We had some options to have cheaper kind of leather, cheaper kind of rubber, and we decided not to do that. We wanted these shoes to be as durable as possible, and so we did not cut any corners on our materials. Really high quality leather, and then just an awesome compressed rubber. And then again, just the design. We simply made this shoe to be functional, and so we're really confident in the design and the materials and how long these shoes are going to last. We just feel like these are a great pair of shoes for kids who desperately need them.
All right, Kenton, we need these shoes in South Africa, so I'm holding you to your word that you will find a way to get them to us at some point soon.
Excellent. Give me a few weeks or a few months. Let me work on it. But definitely, and who knows? I might even come over and see you guys myself. It's always been on my bucket list to make it over to South Africa, and so I'd love to bring the shoes with me when I come see you.
Great. Well, if you do come, you are very welcome in our studio. We'd love to see the shoes. Let everyone know who's watching the video how they can find out more about the shoe that grows.
The best place to go is theshoethatgrows.org. That's our website. Great videos, great pictures, all the ways to be involved, and then it has my personal contact info on there as well. I love answering questions and talking about the shoe, so I would encourage everyone to go check out theshoethatgrows.org.